Hi, welcome to the Crypto Republic. If you're serious about staying ahead in this once-in-a-lifetime financial shift, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Hello, XRP Army, and welcome back. Here at the Crypto Republic, we give you the bird's eye view, a satellite perspective to spot the big picture shifts while everyone else is stuck in the daily chaos. Just a reminder, this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions, always. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's something happening right now in crypto that almost nobody is talking about correctly. While retail investors are staring at price charts every 5 minutes, institutions are quietly building an entirely new financial system on the XRP Ledger. And here's the part that should make you pause. This isn't speculation or hype any longer. This isn't meme coin volume. This isn't artificial trading activity designed to pump headlines. We're talking about regulated financial products, tokenized U.S. treasuries, money market funds, corporate debt, stablecoins, and institutional settlement infrastructure moving on to XRPL at a speed that most people still haven't fully understood. Over the last 30 days alone, tokenized real-world assets on the XRP Ledger reportedly exploded by around 875%, climbing towards approximately $3.5 billion in value. Let that sink in for a second. Write that down. And on a single day, April 24th, nearly $900 million settled on XRPL. One day. Think about that carefully, because this changes the entire conversation around XRP, the Anointed One. For years, critics said XRP, the Anointed One, had no real utility. Meanwhile, institutions were integrating it behind the scenes. And today, we are finally starting to see the infrastructure layer emerge publicly. This video is going to break down why institutions are suddenly choosing XRPL, why XRP, the Anointed One, solves massive global financial inefficiencies, why tokenization could become one of the largest markets in history, why the current market may be underestimating XRP's role entirely, and why this infrastructure phase could matter more than price action itself. And I want to be very clear from the beginning. This is not financial advice always. We are analyzing macro trends, infrastructure development, and institutional behavior. Because when you study history, the biggest wealth shifts happen before the public realizes what's being built. And XRP may be entering that exact phase right now. To understand why XRP matters, you first need to understand how broken the current financial system actually is. Most people assume global money transfers are instant in 2026. They are not. Behind the scenes, the international banking system is still operating on infrastructure that is decades old. Cross-border payments can take days. Settlement requires multiple intermediaries. Banks lock trillions of dollars into dormant nostro and vostro accounts worldwide just to maintain liquidity between currencies. And every intermediary takes a fee. Every delay increases counterparty risk. Every settlement window creates friction. Now multiply that inefficiency across global finance, international remittances, corporate treasury flows, foreign exchange settlement, trade finance, institutional security settlement. Governments and banks have been searching for a solution to this problem for years. And this is where XRP enters the picture. The XRP Ledger was designed specifically for fast settlement, not social media hype, not gaming ecosystems, not NFT speculation. Settlement. XRPL can finalize transactions in roughly 3 to 5 seconds. Low fees, high throughput, and most importantly, dermatistic finality. That matters enormously for institutions, because institutions do not care about hype. They care about reliability, predictability, compliance, liquidity, and operational efficiency. This is why XRP has been fundamentally different from most crypto projects. Its target market was never retail speculation alone. Let that sink in and write that down, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important. Its target market was global financial infrastructure. And now we're starting to see that vision materialize in real time. Now let's talk about the real catalyst here, tokenization, because this is where the XRP story becomes massive. The tokenization market could become one of the largest financial transformations in modern history. Why? because nearly every transitional financial asset can eventually be. Now let's talk about the real catalyst here, tokenization, because this is where the XRP story becomes massive. The tokenization market could become one of the largest financial transformations in modern history. Why? Because nearly every traditional financial asset can eventually be represented digitally on chain. Treasuries, stocks, bonds, real estate, private equity, commodities, everything. And tokenization solves major institutional problems. Faster settlement, 24/7 markets, fractional ownership, reduced operational costs, programmable compliance, instant reconciliation. Traditional finance has wanted these efficiencies for decades. Blockchain finally makes them possible. But here's the critical point. Institutions cannot use unstable infrastructure. They need compliance-ready systems. And that's one reason XRPL is suddenly attracting attention. You now have companies like Ondo Finance bringing tokenized treasury products into blockchain ecosystems. Guggenheim Partners launching institutional-grade products. Open Eden deploying regulated frameworks. Ripple expanding institutional infrastructure around XRPL. Societe Generale experimenting with regulated stablecoin infrastructure. This is no longer theoretical. The infrastructure is becoming operational. And here's the part people underestimate. When institutions deploy infrastructure, they are planning for years ahead. Not weeks, not months, years. Let that sink in, which means these firms are not allocating resources to XRPL for a temporary trend. They are building for a future where tokenized finance becomes mainstream. And if tokenized finance scales globally, XRP becomes incredibly important because XRP can function as a bridge asset between systems, currencies, and tokenized markets. That's the macro opportunity. Most people are missing this, unfortunately. This is where the conversation gets deeper because utility is everything. Many crypto assets depend almost entirely on speculation, but XRP's long-term thesis revolves around solving real-world inefficiencies. Write that down. And whether someone personally likes XRP or not, you cannot ignore the macro logic behind efficient settlement systems. Let's look at the current environment globally. Governments are drowning in debt. Interest payments are rising. Banking systems are under pressure. Cross-border commerce is expanding. Digital finance adoption is accelerating. Artificial intelligence is increasing transaction velocity worldwide. All of this creates one massive demand. Better financial infrastructure, faster settlement becomes essential. Liquidity efficiency becomes essential. Interoperability becomes essential. And XRP is positioned directly in the middle of those needs. Now, does this guarantee XRP dominance? No. Nothing's guaranteed except for death and taxes. Competition exists. Ethereum exists. Stablecoin networks exist. Traditional systems will adapt to. But XRP has several advantages. Institutions care about speed, low cost, energy efficiency, established infrastructure, enterprise relationships, regulatory engagement, and perhaps most importantly, XRPL has been operating for years with significant uptime and stability. Institutions value battle-tested systems. That matters more than hype cycles. And this is why many analysts believe XRP's role in tokenized finance could expand dramatically if adoption continues accelerating. Before we move on, I want to do a quick check-in. If you're finding value in this video so far, please take a moment to hit the like button. It significantly helps the channel reach more people. I would also love to hear your perspective on whether you think tokenized finance will eventually replace parts of traditional banking infrastructure. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and feel free to share this video with a colleague or friend who might benefit from it. All right, let's dissect this and get right back into this. Here's the question everyone asks. If all of this is happening, why hasn't XRP exploded yet? Because infrastructure builds quietly. This is one of the most misunderstood concepts in investing. Price often lags behind adoption. not the other way around. Look at the internet in the 1990s. Most people had no idea what was being built beneath the surface. Fiber infrastructure, server infrastructure, telecommunication frameworks. Those developments looked boring at the time. Then suddenly, the world changed. The same thing happened with cloud computing, artificial intelligence, even Bitcoin itself. Before major rallies happened, infrastructure gets deployed first. And right now, XRPL appears to be entering that infrastructure deployment phase. The average retail investor still focuses mostly on price volatility. Institutions focus on settlement rails. And that distinction is incredibly important because institutions move capital strategically. They test, pilot, integrate, validate compliance, build custody solutions, establish liquidity, then scale. That process takes time. But once large-scale adoption accelerates, markets can reprice extremely fast. And this is why some XRP supporters believe the market may still be underestimating the long-term implications of tokenized finance settling on XRPL infrastructure. Again, none of this guarantees future price outcomes, but ignoring the infrastructure trend entirely would also be a massive mistake in our opinion, and anyone who takes any capacity. Let's talk about mass adoption, because this is the real end game. If tokenization becomes mainstream globally, we're talking about trillions of dollars potentially moving onto blockchain infrastructure over time. Let that sink in. That's huge and massive. Not billions, trillions. And the system handling settlement becomes critically important. This is where XRP's opportunity becomes enormous, because XRP was specifically designed for liquidity movement. If institutions increasingly use XRPL infrastructure, demand for liquidity solutions rises alongside it. This creates a powerful feedback loop. More tokenized assets, more settlement activity, more institutional integration, more liquidity demand, more utility for XRP. This is why so many people are closely watching XRP right now. Not because of short-term speculation, but because of the possibility that XRPL becomes part of the next generation backbone of finance. And if that happens, today's infrastructure phase may eventually be viewed as the beginning of a much larger transformation. At the end of the day, the biggest opportunities in history usually look uncertain while they are forming. That's normal. The market rarely gives clarity before major shifts happen. But what we can do is follow the evidence. And right now, the evidence shows increasingly institutional attention around tokenization, settlement infrastructure, and XRPL development. The world is moving towards faster, programmable, interoperable finance, and XRP is positioning itself directly at the center of that transition. Whether XRP ultimately becomes dominant or simply one major player among several, the infrastructure momentum is becoming impossible to ignore. And the most important thing to understand is this. Ladies and gentlemen, financial revolutions don't happen overnight. They happen quietly, then suddenly. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Your being here shows that you are truly invested in revolutionary tech. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so we can continue to grow and learn together. If you've gained valuable knowledge today, leave a like. Let me know your biggest takeaway in the comment section. Finally, please share this with someone in your network who could use this information. Thank you again for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't get caught up like sushi. Never. Stay with the Gucci conviction and the Gucci clarity. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Sorry I haven't been here. With so many things happening right now in the world, it's impossible to get off the phones to really be here with everyone. But we love being here with everyone. I have a lot of things I want to talk about today. But first, I want to give a big shout out to Alexis and Jacoby. Your father and mother love you very much. I had a great phone call with John Paul. It was fantastic. Your dad and mom love you guys. You guys will never get cut up like sushi because we're the remora. Always listen to your mother and father. You'll never have better friends than your mother and father. But ladies and gentlemen, if you look at what's happening, it tells a story. Yeah, the first vote in clarity went down. We have always been in the camp that this gets done. we've also always been in the camp that there is too much noise right now happening, that tweets move the market. I'm going to take the time right now to go over some things that are very personally to me about what I see happening and why, because I think it's very important right now. When I started at 15 years old in my journey of becoming a financial mercenary, I was taught a lot of things and I saw a lot of things. But sometimes in the financial arena, I have felt it seemed that I was destined to learn one single immutable truth over and over again in this game. And that is easy to sell our soul. It's next to impossible to buy it back. I'm saying this because for all the family offices that retain myself in organization any capacity and everybody else, it's amazing that people that have direct access to us and their children get more from watching the videos and asking me questions than actually calling me on a phone. But I want you guys to understand something before I go any further. One good tip from the pits can easily pay for your entire year's subscription. If you want the deeper macro research and learn how to take advantage of this, come and join over 550 active traders and investors in the Patreon, the Crypto Republic Desk Monthly. Welcome to all the new members and all the new financial mercenaries who have signed up and the membership channel. I salute you and I love talking with you. But I got to go over this because everybody seems to be negged out and markets are red and red. Listen to me and listen good. Whether you're driving in the car, watching at your computer, watching on the phone, this is why you will not get caught up like sushi. This is where the Gucci conviction and the Gucci clarity comes from. This is why we're the remora and we feasted on the sushi. It's such a sushi market right now. My God, the sushi's fresh here, brother and sister. It's fresh. But remember this. Nobody said this was going to be easy. Nobody said it'll always be smooth sailing. But to get where we're going, brothers and sisters, we got to hold the line. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of time. You have to stay steadfast in your conviction with Gucci conviction and Gucci clarity. That is why we're the wolf and we pack up. We're not doing tricks in the surface like the lion or the tiger. Stay steadfast because the industry right now is looking for a reason to knock you down, make you doubt your convictions of why you started, and shake you out. Remember, fear makes the wolf bigger. So when you doubt yourself and fear makes your mind, it vexes your mind, you must cast that aside now. You understand me? Because right now we're in the trenches. So you got to turn your mind and thoughts into steel and hold that line. Nobody says this happens overnight. But if you're looking for a sign, look in the mirror, smile, find your convictions. And again, remember, every single financial mercenary that was called out before you, they held their convictions and were rewarded for it, and for good reason. We just don't hear their stories anymore. I remember all the drama that we had going on when we had our first refinery in Indonesia. I remember all of it. Every day was a struggle. It seemed like you could never get to the mountaintop. Every delay, every customs problem, every inspection, everything that could go wrong would go wrong. But that's why the view from the mountaintop is so beautiful. That's why we drink a frosty beverage in this climb, because it's a cold frosty beverage. Because they're looking for a reason to shake everyone out right now in this market. They want to tell you that this can't happen for this reason and blah, 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 and why. So when they call out our movement, they call out all of us, hold that Gucci conviction, that Gucci clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, I've sat on the other side of this table in finance long enough to know when the winds of change are howling and a Cat 5 storm is inbound. In my lifetime on the floor of the Mercantile Exchange and everything, nothing beats the thrill of hitting the trading floor with a big chunk of change in your trading account, even if that chunk of change isn't always yours. And the trading conditions can lead you to be under duress. That's the best, because pressure turns coal into diamond, forges steel. It's surreal how fast the patterns repeat themselves in finance. The only thing that changes is the assets, the name, time zones, and the faces are sitting across the boardroom tables, and the language is spoken. The patterns, the ball busting, the delays, the highs, the lows of adrenaline, There is nothing truly better than this game and space. Every major player in the financial arena knows it and welcomes this financial chaos and combat upon the opening and closing of the bell. They will be lying to you if they said they don't miss this. This game hasn't changed, and it never will. I need you to remind yourself that you have to play a different game here to keep up with the times, because the game is just getting started with crypto utility, ladies and gentlemen. How long you hold your positions is up to you. Positive thoughts, like negative thoughts, have an expiration date. What you do in between those dates is all that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, I say this with conviction because I've spent hours on the phone talking to the people that retain any capacity, preparing them from what's coming. Because when you're right, we're stuck in the what-if forest. If you've been paying attention to the things I've been saying on this video for free, or even the tips and the pits, you have made so much money, and you're preparing yourself for a better day. You're ready for this. If you're new here, I salute you, and I love all you. But again, we have been going over this for weeks. You know the plays. You know the characters. You know the cast. You know the plot. You got your Gucci conviction to stay with it? I learned something about this market. I did. And I'm saying this because, again, I'm going to be going over in the Crypto Republic Desk monthly in the Patreon a lot about what I've been saying to family offices, sovereigns, and hedge funds that retain us in any capacity, because they want to know about financial mercenaries. Well, I've been retained by them for years. I'm designed for this. I love the chaos. I love this game. I love red days. I'm not some crypto influencer. I'm a financial mercenary. I let my bank account do the talking. I don't even know what an influencer is. I mean, seriously. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go over what we're telling people and what's going to happen and why. Because when you're right, your bank account's rewarded. I remember every financial battle I've been in my career to get somewhere. Every battle, every conviction I had. And you know what? You know what's happening and why. But I have been talking about ICP for a while. Again, I watched that, and we've been telling people to take a position with this. People only take positions when something skyrockets, and then the fear of missing out comes. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the accumulation phase. We're not day trading this. As a futures floor trader in the NYMEX, I trade months. I don't trade spot. You'll get cut up like sushi. If you trade spot, you get carried out in a body bag. It's not going to make a difference in the number of years if you bought at 260, 330, 475. What's going to matter that you had the conviction to hold on, that you wanted a better tomorrow for your family. Becoming a financial mercenary right now is so important because that can't be taken away with AI. AI can't do what we do because every day we get offers from these AI companies for us to train them. It's crazy. We could retire. We could retire and train companies' AIs. And I'm like, an AI can't be taught to do what we do. It just can't. You want to learn how to become a financial mercenary. Take your own future in your own hands. You want to look at your family, your kids. Come and join the Crypto Republic Desk monthly. Join over 550 active traders, investors, and other financial mercenaries who were tired of being pushed around by the markets. They want to push back because we're in the what-if forest. And if you're still here listening to this, I love XRP, the Anointed One. I love ICP, the Savior. I love HBAR. I love this financial war. It's not going away tomorrow. It's just getting going. If you've been listening to all these videos, you know why. You know what moves the market. I don't got to give you price points. You got it all. You got the trench lines. You know about the bricks in the unit and the west side. You know this. You know the shortages, the food inflation, the nickel shortage, the sulfur shortage, the copper problems. Look at copper, constant copper breaking out. If you've been taking notes and writing this down, you're so far ahead, I can't believe I give this away for free. Because I started out this video because we sold our souls a long time in this game. I give back because you make a living by what you make, but a life you give to other people. I love helping people. Every person that we teach is me getting a part of my soul back piece by piece. I don't care what happens. I only care that we're right and that our families eat and they've got a bright tomorrow. So talking about price points, you know the correlation with oil and gold and silver, platinum, palladium. You know all these things. But again, I'm going to go over everything I'm talking about, how we're going to keep prospering in the what-if forest. Come and join us. Get off the sidelines. Stop reading headlines. We started this channel to give back. To give back. I don't know how to talk to retail people. I'm used to talking to institutions. I'm used to sitting at the side of the table, and I really don't care. And I love all the phone calls that we have with people. We start talking, and they're like, wow, this is really who we are. Being a financial mercenary is fantastic. This is all I know. If you're at this channel, you made it to this point, don't you love knowing what's going to happen tomorrow? Don't you love knowing when oil goes up, what goes down, and why? Don't you love knowing that the DXY, when that makes its move, and why? Don't you love this? Don't get shaken out. Stop worrying about daily price moves. No leverage. Again, no leverage. This is a triathlon. The only thing you got to defeat is your mind. Your mind. But stop listening to every naysayer that says this can't happen or that or this or why. How long have they been in finance? How long have they been in finance? That's my point. They have been long enough in finance to know what's good for them. I'm not throwing mud on anybody. You know what's good for you, why you got involved for yourself. You never throw mud on anybody. If someone shares with you plays from their book about how to get ahead, you should thank them. There's no mud throwing in our movement. But XRP is the anointed one for a lot of reasons. And I'm going over this in the Crypto Public Desk Monthly. I'm just not making free videos about everything because I don't got enough time. I'm going to get back to answering everyone's comments. I'm sorry that I haven't been here enough to make enough XRP videos. I just don't have enough time in the day. Because everybody that retains any capacity wants to know what's going to happen with 20 different financial products that we've had them. And when you can tell people what's going to happen before and why and the logic, they are going to pay for your time. But I'm here with you, telling you right now that you make a living by what you make, by life, by you give to other people. Stop paying attention to headlines. I told you before, I don't trust politicians or banks. They're natural brethren. Police and thieves are natural brethren. They want nothing good for us. This is the last opportunity, as far as I'm concerned, and this is just my opinion, this is not financial advice. In my lifetime, we will see an opportunity like this. I'm sorry. I am never going to sell my XRP. I will take loans against it. I love ICP. ICP is the savior. I tell everyone here in videos about what we're doing and why, even for the people that can't afford to be in the Crypto Public Desk Monthly. Because knowledge is free. Being the remore is free. We're swimming underneath the apex predators. Don't you see what's happening? But I really got a lesson about why people FOMO things and why what's happened. So I'm doing my best right now to help people with this. And no, I'm not the Sam Kennison teacher in the movie Back to School. I just care because when you've been battle tested long enough and you understand what's happening and why, where we're going, dig in. Dig in. I love everybody here. I love being with everybody here. We're going to have more videos. We're going to have some videos on ICP. Always going to have XRP, the Anointed One videos. Always. And for everybody, listen to me. We're going to have videos in HBAR. We're trying our best in the times to get information, everybody, to you. As always, I love everybody. I want you to have a blessed weekend. Remember why you're here. I'm ranting and raving right now because I want to give back. And I'm hearing too much fear. Markets, interest rates may go up. So what? What goes up goes down. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Goes up, then goes down. Understand this. Don't Don't let any negative energy in your mind throw it out. My views on price points for XRP have nothing to do with market cap whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. But you know what? As in everything, it takes time. Are you willing to put the time in? You know the answer to that. You put the time in to make money. You put the time in to buy your crypto. You took the time to learn how to use a cold storage wallet. You took the time to send that to your cold storage wallet. Why don't you take the time to reward yourself? As always, ladies and gentlemen, this content is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Always remember, the game is changing, and those who understand it first will benefit the most. Make sure you're on the right side of it. You got two choices. You can be like the crowd, reacting after the move, rationalizing why they missed it, telling themselves they'll never let it happen again. Or you can be the one who saw behind the curtain, the one who understood the infrastructure shift, the one who positioned early, not randomly, but intentionally. Because some moments in history are loud, but the ones that change everything are quiet, right up until the moment they're not. And this is one of those moments. Do not blink, because the world is distracting with noise, while XRP, the anointed one, continues developing behind the scenes and building momentum in the broader digital asset landscape. Stay sharp, stay informed, accumulate knowledge. Your move now will be remembered. This is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. This opened your eyes. Smash that like button, ring that bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, turn on notifications, and most importantly, subscribe to Crypto Public, where we break down the major global banking trends shaping digital assets today, giving you content, clarity, and research you can use. Don't just watch history happen. Stay informed, stay ahead, stay in the public. I love you all. Have a blessed evening. I'll see you tomorrow morning.